YouTube, so I'm gonna be repairing some electronics events pretty soon. So I'm getting I've got another cardboard box without these flaps. Getting stuff ready to take. So I've got a few random things. There's some tape rolls and everything. I have like a DIY box with my dental stuff. So, and even like these tops right here, I could actually cut these for the gum line types of walls, maybe add a softer material. Even when I cut these out, I'm going to try to use something flat and cut around the rim. I have most of the stuff materials that I can use, but this is my DIY, small little DIY box, along with this other one, this larger one. So just keep you guys kind of, you know, informative, I guess. And I've got other templates that I've been making and stuff. And there's like an extra, some many DIY things, so I'm gonna use it to work around and grab whatever I can, throw it into the box, so that's easier to sort out. I kind of maybe I'll eventually get everything finished up and sorted out. And even with these boxes, there are other types of boxes. There's other types of 2-liter containers. I'm making a small bag just for something like this. So after collecting everything into one box, I could actually sort things out a little bit more and only keeping the large stuff kind of in the box. There's a few small cardboard pieces, and then sorting out the rest of the stuff. A couple of rolls of tape, and I'll keep a few rolls in there. Right here's some more small random stuff. I can small plastic, but primarily right here is just some pretty cool tools. And the thing is, so back to this tape or this paint. So yeah, like I mentioned, there's actually like a big brush right there. So, and this is really watered down. So I'm going to thin out the big brush mainly. The small brush is, so yeah, so here's the big brush, and it was pretty thick, kind of thick, so it's going to add some of the, it's going to balance out whatever is touching up the gloves. So now I could just start painting and touching up these gloves first. So you guys can kind of see the difference. Like I just painted one area. I'm going to try to paint one side first. So there you go. There's one side of this glove painted. Let's do a quick side by side. And I'd actually try to touch up a little bit on the others. Around the thumb areas was pretty important. So I do have a little spot there. So, okay, so that's pretty much mostly, so need to touch up a little bit there. And while I have this brush out, I'm going to, so need to touch up a little bit there. And while I have this brush out, I'm going to start kind of painting in this area of the suitcases on both sides. It's that side and this side, just to get things started. And I'm not going to, and then I'm going to still have the brush around, but it's just going to get. So I got most of it. I left some on top of that. Maybe I could clean that when I clean it off and stuff. But mainly just got the first coat. Then I'm going to clean it off and then I'm around, but it's just going to get things kind of finished up on this too. Okay, so I got most of it. I left some on top of that. Maybe I could clean that when I clean it off and stuff. But mainly just got the first coat. Then I'm going to clean it off and then I'm going to paint it again. Kind of missed a spot here. Put the brush and the paint back. Now I just need to paint it again. Put up a little bit later. But yeah, just like the glue, just let the paint dry. Put the brush and the paint back. Now I just need to look for some paint thinner. I have a, but yeah, the gloves are kind of ready for the next thing. And this is kind of like the paint thinner that I use. It actually works pretty nicely. I'm gonna probably use that for like, well, yeah, it's gonna be another medium size, but I'm gonna keep this paint thinner right here just so that I can clean my hands. Sock, and I just need to put some of the paint thinner on there and wipe off my hands with it. All right, so yeah, I cleaned it up. Most people would want like the connector solder. Get this connector like halfway and stuff. But I just need to get the soldering iron and start tinting and try to just probably tape it down. Both of the soldering line, the jumper lines are good. Just hoping it's good. Try to mask it off and then go back and touch up as you know, probably with some epoxy and stuff just to coat it so that it doesn't short out and stuff. But having this set up like 3 inches away, it's like, so I would recommend getting like a telescope, I would say, and then some other smaller tools. So I kind of lost one of the prongs or one of the jumpers. So I've got 2 pairs of tweezers that I could use to poke. I'm actually going to use like, it broke off already, so can't really do it right now. I mean, I could try to solder in whatever's left. I'm just going to try to just glob it with solder. The iron's already melted or hot. And I'm having other thoughts about this tip too. It's like the very tip of it doesn't get hot. So I'm going to have to change out the tip eventually. This tip's just not working with me. But I kind of practice on the tweezers and the soldering stuff with this for now. there's all types of stuff in the way, like solder, there's duct tape or electrical tape, and now I can hardly see, so I can kind of pry everything and probably clean it up for next time. So I'm probably going to try to jumper the wire onto the motor first and then to the pad next time. I'll get this prepared and hoping I could just tint this wire, but I might have to burn off even higher on the flex ribbon just to expose enough of the wire. So maybe make a layer out of the plastic and the solder. And working with this flux and solder is still, I might have to like start like using rubbing alcohol just in case if I'm missing anything. I have to clean it up first and then try to flux and solder. So I'm just trying to tint the but this, you know how this seems is this iron just sometimes doesn't melt right. Doesn't melt the solder like consistently, you know. I need a new soldering iron. It's just not burning the whenever I touch it, you know, it's like going off and on too much. So I don't know, I gotta change it. It's still plugged in, so I'm gonna try to use this camera and this soldering iron to kind of, oh, yeah, I can't really see anything on the camera because like my hand position and distance from the camera. So I'm just looking over the camera, so this isn't really working that good either. The solder, the iron is still plugged in, but this is all the solder pieces. That's just a good system, I would say. I think that might be like, the rest is just going to be vlogging or something like that. There are some, there is some could still stay in here. It just depends. Like, found another shoelace. So yeah, I've got and even going through some, I found like this type of belt for a pea coat. Even going through a lot of other boxes and things, and just not looking back, you know. That's just one thing that you could use that for, is just cleaning up and sorting out some random stuff. Finish that up and then do something